As all of you know, I am in Washington. I'm visiting the Jetski Brothers. It's been an amazing time, and today Josh is going to somewhat foolishly allow me to try his V8 Jetski. So before we do that, I'm going to ask him a few questions about it. One of the things that I'm very interested to know, even though I've talked to him and watched all his videos, I want to know, what was your inspiration, or what was the reason behind, other than getting ridiculous views and becoming an incredibly famous YouTuber, what was your inspiration or the reason for building this?
Okay, well that's a reasonably decent question, and I guess the answer to that goes back way farther than even I remembered until I talked to somebody who used to ride jet skis with me back in the day, as it were. So apparently back in the day I said these huge skis are underpowered, and I said something like, I kind of want to put a car engine in one someday. And at the time I suggested a 2JZ because I thought packaging wise it'd be a little bit better. Well, anyways, fast forward about, I don't know, 15, 16 years, and then I had this hull that I stole the engine out of for some other project.
What project was it?
The GPR SHO. Put that engine in there because it makes that ski go way fast without doing a lot of mods to the engine.
That video will be linked somewhere here.
So I had this hull sitting around with no engine in it. So I ended up just rebuilding the 1200R engine and putting it in here, and my thought was I'll just sell it, recoup some money, and then I'll go out and, you know, do my other jet ski stuff and spend that money on more projects. Well, we went out and rode it, and I realized that the hull was phenomenal. Just did exactly what I wanted it to do. It had more of a lean characteristic than most hulls will have, but not so much that it's riding on like one edge or the other all the time. And the fact that the FZR hull is probably the hull that has the speed record right now, if not like second place. So a lot of the fast skis are running this hull. So I said, well, I gotta do something cool with it. So then I started researching the car engine I wanted to put in here. And I looked at all of the engines. And at the end of the day, the easiest engine for me to get reasonably priced, with a lot of horsepower, is the LS platform.
Alright, now what I want to know, anybody who has followed your videos will already know that you've had a few different engines in it. So I wanted to basically just get you to quickly run down what V8 engines you've had in it and what's in it now, and then quickly talk about basically what the biggest challenge after fitting the engine actually was.
Okay, so originally the goal was a 6-liter, but the engine I originally ordered turned out to be a 4.8, which exterior wise they're identical except for like some numbers on the cylinder heads and the block and stuff like that. So anyways, I figured, well, whatever. So we started with the 4.8. We ran that all last year, and then that sank with that engine. But matter of fact, that engine's still good, but it's not in there anymore. Went to the yard, picked up a 5.3 because that's what they had. I had it bolted in here when I found a 6-liter at the wrecking yard. So went and grabbed that 6-liter, and that's what's in there now. So we never actually ran the 5.3, but it was sitting in there for a little while. And all of those engines, the exterior of them is identical.
I think I already know the answer to this question, but after getting the V8 in there, what was actually the most challenging bit about making this a rideable jet ski?
Okay, so the most challenging part, probably, there's two. Most notably the gearbox and getting that sorted, because we did build that from scratch, so there was a lot of sort of like testing and development. The other challenge is that we do run in salt water, and a lot of the stuff on here is like car components, so we're slowly figuring out what we need to do to keep those components functioning properly.
Right on. All right, let's get out and give it a rip. All right, folks, this is my first true experience with the V8 Jetski. This is probably what a lot of you have been waiting for. I'm gonna back it into the water, check for some leaks, and then hopefully take it for a rip.
do need to tell you one important detail.
Make a few faces. This is the footage we'll actually use and put sounds behind.
Yeah. Alright. No, there wasn't. I love it. Hit it rock. Clutch. I just feel like we should do some more checks. There's a lot of smoke.
Yes.
But it's normal.
Might be.
Well, there's not a whole bunch of water. That's good. What you guys are about to see is a drag race between the V8 and the Jetski Brothers GPR SHO, otherwise known as the Interceptor. At this point, I've only had a few minutes on the V8, and I make a mistake in the first run Basically, this thing has so much torque that if you punch the throttle right off the bottom, basically it kind of just does a little bit of a burnout. So listen carefully to the sound. You will actually hear when the sound of the engine pitch changes a bit, the ski starts hooking up, and well, you'll see what happened. In the second race, I got it right.
Okay guys, Joel owes me $1,000.
I'm so glad that that clip is deletable.
Oh, it's going in.
That worked good. Smells hot.
Like it was pretty darn close.
Yeah, and the V8 has about 3 to 5 miles per hour on the top.
Looking at the tach, I think it was 55. Tachometer?
Oh, 5,500 RPM?
Yeah.
That means there's another 500 RPM that the engine has.
Not sizzling.
Sweet.
That is great.
Honestly, guys, I was super nervous on that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, they're both my skis, so I can't really lose, but I can if like they both blow up.
Yeah. The amount of torque and just sheer, everything about the experience, the way it pulls, the way it sounds, and what I think probably surprises me the most is the way it handles. It doesn't handle like a big, like, it handles, I've driven a couple of fairly modern skis like a Spark and stuff. It's obviously not as agile as those, but it doesn't feel, it feels substantial, but it doesn't feel heavy. It's amazing. If somebody told me that this was built in somebody's garage, I would, or garage, crazy Americans, I wouldn't believe them. It is crazy. Like, when you're on this driving it, it just feels like a jet ski. It just feels, everything works. You squeeze the throttle and it makes a lot of noise and it goes. Or kind of knowing how quick that the Interceptor is and seeing all the videos on it and stuff, being on this, it's just that goes to show how well behaved this thing is. As quick as it is, as fast as it is,
It's deceiving.
It's deceiving. You're on it and it's, like I say, it's like you're sitting on a mountain and the mountain just happens to be like able to move really fast and really quick. I tell you what, folks, this has been quite the experience. Traveling all the way here, getting to try the C-Rat, getting to try the Polaris Octane, meeting the guys, all that stuff, but nothing quite matches up to the experience of the V8. I knew it was going to be something else, but yeah, nothing could have prepared me for this. And I have a feeling that the only other thing that is going to be kind of this crazy might be the mini jet boat.
Oh, okay.
Not for speed, but for just intensity.
Pure rawness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you could be right. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you could be right.
My guess is that that's going to be intense. If nothing else, just the sound. All right, guys, up until this point, obviously this movie is awesome, so be sure to give it a thumbs up. I've been trying to be a real YouTuber, mixing in some music, but the next part of this video is for those of you who love the sound of V8s. And so we're going to stop with the music. We're gonna cut all that nonsense out, and the next part is just for you guys who want to hear this thing roar. Who wants to hear this thing roar?
Everybody in the comment section. Type, 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 type.
Make some clicking noises.
You guys should do your impression of the sound of this ski, and then you should play it.
We interrupt this incredibly exciting program to bring you some amazing news, and that is that Dustin Wildchut, I hope I am saying that name properly, is my latest Patreon supporter. Thank you very much, Dustin, for that. I appreciate it very much. If you guys want to get involved, you can get involved as little as $1 a month. You can support me on my Patreon account, which is linked below in this video and every other video. I am going to be releasing some mind-blowing news in the next few days on Patreon. I will go a little bit quiet after that, as I'm going to be traveling back to Calgary, Alberta from Washington, where I am now. So yeah, once again, if you want to get involved, link in the description. Thank you very much, Dustin. I appreciate it very much.
Let's go. Like,
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not the most ideal pump setup ever.
Yeah.
Dude, I was scared out there filming.
Were you?
Yes.
I was getting completely blazed with water.
I was like, I'm gonna be
And then
careful, but make it exciting.
when you were doing the flybys,
yeah.
when you were pretty close, they would hit away.
Yeah.
Jump. It kind of went to the side. I'm like, oh, I had the major pucker factor. I'm like, if that's coming towards me, I'm just gonna jump.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna make it exciting for him. I was slightly curving like around, because I knew that it was gonna like kind of skip a little bit, and I figured that's gonna make it exciting.
Yeah.
But like when it hooked back up, when it landed, like it kind of got a little airborne and then hooked up.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a good thing these bars are strong and a good thing I'm holding on good. It's very nimble. It handles.
Oh, you want to say nimbly wimbly.
Nimbly wimbly.
Or wimbly nimbly.
If it wasn't incredibly obvious, I had a blast on this thing. It sounds awesome and it handles incredibly nimbly wimbly. If you guys don't know what that means, well, I'm sorry I can't help you with that. When you look at this thing and you know that there's a V8 sitting under there, I've watched all the videos and I just expected it to be a little bit more cumbersome, weird, but the only real way that you know that it has a V8 in there is the incredible sound that's coming out of the exhaust and the ridiculous acceleration and top speed. I don't know if Josh actually has any footage of it in his video, Jetski Brothers Josh, but before we filmed this, I had told him that I was going to go out on it and I was going to take it very easy. I was just going to putter around really easily so that we wouldn't break it, and so because I was nervous of riding it, I was quite nervous of riding it, and I said I was just gonna go putter around, take it real easy, kind of get a feel for it. And of course you guys saw from the footage that I got onto it pretty quick. So
yeah, I don't think taking it easy ever really happened.
Yeah, taking it easy was not an option once I got out there. I wanted to say that this thing has to be the only V8 jet ski that I know of that is actually what I would consider a real jet ski. I've looked around on the internet. Once I saw the Jetski Brothers were working on this project, I was like, oh my goodness, somebody else must have done that. So I looked around the internet, and sure enough, other people have put V8s in, on, or around jet skis, and it kind of looks like a jet ski, except it's got like a V8 engine tie wraps to it, or it has bungee cords holding it in. This is a true jet ski. You can ride it like a jet ski. It has an incredible top speed. It handles incredibly well. It's fairly watertight, except for water when water shoots out from the engine parts of the gearbox. This thing still has some refinement that needs to be done to it, but it is an incredible machine, and I suggest that you guys stay tuned for whatever the Jetski Brothers have planned for this in the future. Now, a few words from our sponsor.
So, Joel, you keep calling it a jet ski. So what brand of jet ski is it?
It's a Yamaha jet ski.
And who owns Yamaha Jet Ski?
Kawasaki Motor Corp.
And who owns Kawasaki Motor Corp?
BRP Canada.
Who owns that?
Jason Sebas.
Okay.
Oh, I'm secretly
That's a
wealthy.
subsidiary of the Jetski Brothers.
Why can't I get my hands on a 2021 Superjet?
You idiot. That's not a BRP product.
It's Yamaha.
I don't think he knows what we're talking about. If you want to see more of the footage from this, Josh has cut it up and done an awesome job of editing a video together for you guys. So head on over to his channel and you can see a whole lot more of this. If you like the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And remember that this thing handles
Nimbly wimbly.
nimbly wimbly. Thanks for watching. See you next time.